And today I am going to take a look at 4 different people, okay? And you'll be given priority if you are on the call, okay? So the 4 questions that, well, my team picked, they are the first level of filter, is from Gulami. Gulami, if you're here, please let me know in the chat. Gulami, Kimberly Song, Jim Tay, and Harm, okay? Okay, first of all, Gulami, are you here? I'm trying to look for your name. If you're not, wave your hand if you're here. If not, we're gonna start with you, Kimberly, first. Kim, I'm gonna unmute you right now. Hey, Kim, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, Kim. Do you prefer Kim or Kimberly?
You can call me Kim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Kim, I can see that you wrote a couple of things, but I couldn't really find a question in what you wrote over. You sent us the lead magnet. You talked about who it is you serve and the blue ocean, how to X and Y without Z. Is there a specific question that you wanted to work on or get clarity from based on what you submitted?
Basically, I just want to get some feedback from you or your team, because I run a Facebook ad agency, right? It's pretty mainstream. Like everybody is doing what I'm doing now. That's why you asked me to find a blue ocean in red ocean.
Yes.
So yeah, I actually want to help, skin clinic or cosmetic, clinic to run Facebook ad.
Okay, so Kimberly here is doing something that a lot of people do, which is Facebook ads. So the question is, how do you find that blue ocean in the red ocean? So Kimberly has created a lead magnet for skin clinic owners and is looking to get leads and start off within this niche, which is great, by the way. Why is it a great sub niche? It's a great sub niche because I always start off by thinking, do these people actually have money? Now, skin clinics, obviously, if you could bring one additional lead.
It is frozen. It's freeze.
Okay.
I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Hey guys, it's not you, it's me. Okay, there's something. My internet today hasn't been really great. I am gonna try to swap out my internet connection right now so that it's smoother. Okay. Are you guys able to hear me right now?
Yes.
Okay. Some connection issues. So, how smooth is this line? It's okay. Okay. I'm just gonna have this hotspot here as a backup. If it does go down, I'll swap out. Okay. Okay. So I'm not sure where I disconnected. So from the top. Okay. So I want to start off by sharing what enables me to coach someone at a really deep level. It is when it is a 6-inch putt. And what I mean by that is when there is specifics and when I know clear cut what the outcome that person is looking for. So think of it this way, okay? Think of it as, imagine if I had a 15-minute session with Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg, And my question to Mark would be, hey, Mark, could you take a look at my business and give me feedback on what you think? Mark won't be able to do his magic. Elon Musk won't be able to shine. Jack Ma won't be able to help me much in that 15 minutes because of the quality of my question. It's hard for them to give me something great by saying, could you take a look at this one thing and give me feedback? Okay. Now, the fact that you guys did, whenever you guys do your work and you submit, that makes me happy. Okay. There's nothing I want more than you guys to take action. But the next part after that is the quality of your question. It's very hard for me without spending hours on it by giving a person feedback because they just showed me. Okay. So specifics wise, Kimberly, is there something in particular that you would like to iron out or find out with regards that in terms of what you did?
Yeah, because I have to test it out first,
Okay.
right? Yeah, I still have to build up my opt-in funnel for that.
Okay. Have you built that yet?
I'm still doing it.
Okay, so let me just tell you a priority based on, because the fact that you actually did the work and I want to be able to speed up your process. So basically what you need to do then, Kimberly, is you need to take what you did and the template that you sent over. I want you to be able to turn that as a case study. I want you to be able to use that template or case study as like the gold standard for all skin clinics to use to get more clients. So that means when you have that ad template for skin clinics, I want you to use and be able to create a really in-depth case study for a particular skin clinic. So imagine a case study that says how I helped clinic name get 72 extra clients or 36 extra clients last month by utilizing this 5-step process. Okay, so now it's real. Now it's like, this is the ad that they use, this is who they ran it to. And once you have a case study, it's going to be a lot easier for you to be able to get the next client. So for those of you that is on the level of, I don't know who it is that I serve, and I want to be able to get my first high ticket client, your role is to build up case studies of people that you've helped in the past, okay? My role as a marketer never ends of building case studies. This is something each and every one of you need to be doing, okay? Just that if you're starting out with your first case study. What am I doing? My role here is to make sure that all of you become case studies. So my role here is to make sure I can get you results so that that results become a case study. That is the role you need to adopt in your marketplace to be able to get results for your audience, for your tribe, so that you can turn them into case studies. Okay, so Kim, moving forward, what I would like you to do is, if this is the market, Facebook is always a great market. Why? It is because the moment you can get one client is all it takes to be able to get a pretty decent recurring income. 3 would be life-changing. Okay, 3 in most cases would enable somebody to quit their 9 to 5, right? Because most clients could be about from $1,000 to $3,000 on Facebook, and that's like on the low end without the extra upsells. Okay, so skin clinics, $3,000 a month is nothing to them. Okay, your role now is to get one skin clinic to work with you. Do it for free if necessary, get them to cover the ad spend, turn that into a case study, and then use that case study into your other marketing offers. Okay, does that make sense?
I got one already. Yeah, so I will make a case study for that.
Perfect.
So my lead magnet will be case study, but not the Facebook ad template.
Oh, that's your call. Case study, ad template. There are a lot of ad templates over there, but a case study is a lot more specific and targeted. So they both work, just a case study would be a different angle to target. So whatever it is, you need the case study.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Kim. Okay, so next question I got is from Jim, who has created his ugly sales funnel. Jim, where are you at? Okay, Jim, very nice. Okay, I'm gonna unmute you. Share with us what you've done and what you're stuck with that you need help with.
Okay, so after hearing the previous session about testimonials, right? So currently I don't have any testimonials on my offer. So I'm not sure what I should do right now, whether I should try and give my services for free, whether I should sell it straight away or yeah, what?
Okay, so if you were to, let's come back to this thing first, okay? So who do you want to serve and what is the result you generate for them?
Okay, I want to serve people who want to sell their properties without using an agent and help them save the agent commissions by removing them altogether. And at the same time, don't make the same mistakes that DIY sellers usually make.
Okay, very nice. That's a lot of clarity over there. Okay, so what is the mechanism or the tool to enable them to get that result?
Currently, what I am planning to do is online course. So I have broken it down to a 9-step framework. So it starts from step 1, where I calculate for them where I teach them how to calculate their cash proceeds, and then step 2, step 3, step 4, all the way until completion, which is step 9.
Okay. Next question I would have is there a benchmark or offer or somebody online that is doing this particular thing that is doing very well with this subtopic?
Okay, they are achieving the same results, but they are doing it in a different way. So
okay, okay, listen to this, guys, for all of you. Here's why I asked this question, okay? Whenever I want to go into a new market, I'm always thinking, who is the benchmark and who is the person that has figured it out, that has got a ton of arrows on their back because they've made all of the mistakes so that I don't have to make the mistakes this person made, okay? Now, the only reason why I asked Jim this question is because of this. Personally, for me, I am a property investor. And as a property investor, I don't know if I want to go through a course to learn a 9-step framework to sell my property, or give a percentage to the agent for him to sell my property. From these two things, I actually feel I can't tell which is less painful, to give up the percentage for the agent or to go through a course that requires 9 steps for me to save the agent. Okay, so that's why I'm asking that question. Now, this would have been different if this was, say, targeted at investors. Okay, now, you see, Jim, when I hear this, tweaking who you target can make a world of difference. If you are targeting people who want to sell their homes, it needs to be at the right time with the right message, where this person so happens has to have a place for sale. This person so happens do not want to deal with agents so that they can save the percentage. And this person so happens is willing to buy a course so that they can go through the 9 steps. There are a lot of stars to be aligned in order for them to make that happen. Okay? But what if you tweaked it a little bit so that the person you are targeting is not the person who want to sell their home, but rather to, let's say, investors, people who want to maximize their return when it comes to flipping their homes, when it comes to selling their place. So it's not just homeowners wanting to sell their homes, but anybody who wants to maximize the value of their property. That could be homeowners and that could be investors. Now, ultimately, what you're doing is you're targeting people who have money, because investors have money. And investors are also a lot more willing to learn how to sell their property and do it through a course because they know that they're going to be doing it again and again and again. Well, as a homeowner looking to sell their home might only be looking to do it one time so that they can buy their next home. So because they're only willing to do it one time, their willingness to invest in what it is that you have to offer, whether it's $500, $1,000, $2,000, is going to be less. So this is the only reason why I'm asking you this question. This goes for all of you. Who you target will really determine how well your offer does. You got to start thinking, are these group of people, are they qualified, not just in terms of the money, but in terms of the time investment for them to do this thing. Okay, so Jim, I only know this from a property investor, so that's why I can say what I just said. But what are your thoughts when I say this?
Okay, because my thoughts is that currently the existing player in the market is offering a service similar to agents, but not at a percentage cost. It's a fixed cost, so it's like 2,500 to sellers, to pure sellers who are looking to sell their home, and they are gaining quite a lot of traction. That's why this is the market I thought of entering via the mood, which is a cost. The thing about the investors, targeting investors, right, is from my perspective, I feel that investors have a lot of access to networks, to top agents, and they don't mind paying agents the high percentage, which is probably more than how much I can sell the course for. So I don't think the course would actually be a good fit for investors.
Okay, so you will always know your market best, okay? Based on your due diligence, when you were looking at these other offers, walk me through their price point and what they're really offering.
Walk you through their price point and what they are really offering.
Okay, I'm only saying this because that was my concern. But if you feel that that's not a concern, you will know your market best.
Okay. For example, they have a seller full agent service. Okay, that costs 2,888. Okay, for this, it's almost like the same as though the seller has engaged a property agent and paid 1% or 2%. So for example, let's say for $5,000 for 500,000 property. So if it's 2%, it's $10,000. So this company that's currently in the marketplace charges 2,888 for the same service. And this service includes an agent that goes down and do the work and everything. For me, a lot of these homes are owner occupied. Meaning the owner, sometimes they can even open the door and show the viewing on their own.
Yes.
I just need to teach them how to go through the entire process. And then you can save that $3,000 even for this.
How much do you intend to sell this thing for?
Okay, off my mind, I thought of that was something that I wanted advice as well. I thought of $97 for the basic skeleton of the course, and then an upsell that, I don't know, I heard $297 that maybe I will personally get on a 2-hour call to run through everything to make sure everything is okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, so, guys, are you listening to this? So first of all, your price point should always be about 10% of the value, how much that thing is worth, okay? Now, to me, how much that thing is worth in comparison is basically what their alternative is. The alternative is going to an agent, paying $3,000. So in their mind, that is how much it actually costs. So for them to choose you over the other convenient alternative, which is dealing with agent and paying them $3,000, is you. So to me, your price point, if you want to have 10 times more value than what they pay, needs to be 300. But the problem is, where does that lead them to? Because to me, it's like, what is the next thing? What would, if the people are serious and they want to engage and work further with you, other like what you said, which is done for you at $300, it will kill you. You will hate your life when there are a lot of leads coming in. So to me, that is not a sustainable business model.
Okay.
We need to rework it so that your business model for your higher ticket customers, especially at $300, does not take up your time. So Jim, I'm going to ask you to look beyond the homeowner who wants to sell their home. The homeowner who wants to sell their home might be a start, okay? But because you cannot ascend them beyond $300, you need to think about what is the next thing they need. Because if you can't, you need to figure that out in order for your funnels to be really profitable in future. Okay, and saying for $300 or $500, I will come down and do everything for you, that is still not compelling enough, because the option, like you said, is to go to an agent and pay them $3,000. So the problem that is being created over here is exactly like what you said. When a person or an investor has money, the moment they have money, they will say, I don't need Jim because I've got money now. And that's the worst kind of position to be in, because what that means is you will always be dealing with broke people. And that's worse. And for all of you that's thinking about this, start thinking about what you offer. Does it help you eventually deal with people who actually have money? Because the worst type of audience in any market is to be dealing with the tire kickers and the people that's no money. Okay, the absolute worst, trying to sell stuff to broke people. So it is okay to try to sell to the people that's no money, provided there is a very clear-cut ascension to eventually people that has money. Okay, so Jim, I'm going to ask you to think about, in your marketplace, how can you create the offer so that people who have money, people who are investors, will be able to see that Jim has this thing that I can pay him $10,000 that would be of value to me, $5,000, $2,000, okay? And come from that angle, rather than just homeowners who want to sell their home and cut out the agent. Because while that is great, the most you can sell it for is $300. Is there something that comes to mind, or do you need time to think about this?
Okay, I just want to clarify some things. Okay, you mentioned the most I can sell is $300. So are you suggesting that I sell it at $300 straight away? Because I think I mentioned 97 first and then upsell at 300.
Yeah. So I'm saying 300 only because you told me that their alternative is to hire an agent for 3,000.
Yep.
So when I hear that, I'm already thinking of how the pitch and the close is. Okay, your pitch and close would be, look at your two alternatives right now. Your first option is to go to an agent, have them do it all for you, and we all know that that's going to cost you $3,000. Your other option is to do it with me, so that you learn this process, so that the next time you do it on your own, you'll do it without an agent, without any cost, and the investment to learn how to do this is $300. You actually save 90% of what your other option would be. Okay, so now it's very clear cut. It's like, oh, 3,000 or 300. But you see, the problem still here arises when somebody with money reads your page and they're thinking about the two options, which is 3,000 versus 300. For me, I will still think I'd still rather pay the agent 3,000
Yep.
than pay this person $300 and learn it on my own. Because learning on my own is still too painful than paying somebody 3,000 for it.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is your offer scares away people with money. Your offer will only attract the broke people who want to save their $2,700. Is there a market for it? Sure. But you will not be able to scale far because you are repelling everybody that has money.
Okay, but I can still have this offer and other offers, right?
You can have this offer, sure, as one of your main thing, but I do not see it as your main thing that will explode your thing.
Okay, yes, I understand. I understand. My a main thing that can explode more in my mind is a service for buyers. So it's kind of like helping people to spot the properties that can appreciate the most in capital values. Yeah,
Yes,
that probably be the next one I'll be working on.
that's good. Okay, so
Right.
then that's when you're targeting to people with money.
Yes, correct. That one will be targeting people with money. Okay. Sorry, sorry, Peng Joon. I'm still just a bit confused. So my main offer, on the sales page, it would straight away be the $300 offer.
So it will always be, okay, guys, at any time you're unsure of what needs to be done, go back to the $1 million creation and follow the steps in there. So your $300 offer is your core offer, but you can't have the core offer until you have a mechanism to start collecting leads. So
Okay.
what, in terms of priority, should you be doing that first? Only if you have a mechanism to build up a list where you have a bait and you're giving away a lead magnet so that people opt in, so that now with that list of targeted people, you can make them the $300 offer.
Okay, okay, thanks. I got it. I already have my lead magnet already and I'm getting subscribers. Okay, then one final question, which goes back to the original question. So even for this main offer, I don't have testimonials and everything now. Should I start first or should I offer it free?
Depending on the direction you want to bring it to.
Okay.
Right now, because it's not a high ticket thing, to me, you don't need to start doing it for free first. You could start getting people in the $300 and really make sure that they succeed with it. And when they do, ask them for a testimonial, get to interview them, what they did, and turn that into a case study. Working for free might only be for those high ticket $5,000, $10,000 offers where you need to have clients and clients need to actually see what other people did. That's when you might need to actually do it for free first.
Okay. All right. I think I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Jim. Okay, so now understand that as I'm going through all these different things with Jim, what does this mean for you? Okay. As you're doing this exercise, ask yourself, based on what I offer, am I attracting broke people with my message? Okay. Now I can tell you very honestly, I made this mistake. When I first started off, one of the first things I did was in the online programs and my workshops, I sold a program called Internet Income Intensive, right? Now, Internet Income Intensive, I actually really like the name. I think it's got a good ring to it, I. And for many years, the message has been, let me teach you how to make money online. I'll help you generate, build up your first site and all these different things. And what I didn't realize was just based on what I was saying, I was attracting broke people, right? Because, think about it this way, because when my messaging is, let me teach you how to build an online business, build your first website, who am I straight away targeting? I am targeting the newbie who has no money, that wants to make their first sale through their first website. Naturally, business owners will not find that attractive. Naturally, CEOs, when they hear that, they would not be attracted to or compelled or have resonate with that message. It was only when I realized that, and this came much later, I realized that just based on that, I'm attracting broke people. Okay, and when I tweaked it, and that's why I don't sell internet income intensive anymore, right? My new programs, they're called Game Changer Intensive, because I wanted to move away from biz ops. I want to stop attracting people, which is like the biz ops crowd. Okay, your messaging will really matter. When I created platform closing, I know that platform closing only sells for $7.95. Okay, it's a book teaching people closing. But I know that the quality of people that buy the book are going to be somewhat serious. They're going to be entrepreneurs, they're going to be speakers, they're going to be closers, and it's people of quality. Do you know why? Because the typical shiny object seeker, the typical tire kicker is not interested in closing on stages. The typical person that's trying to look for the next BizOps stuff is not looking to do webinars or speak in front of the camera or being on stages. So I know that based on the topic alone, platform closing, it's going to be targeting and attracting quality customers. And that is how I actually use it as a mechanism to scale that. In fact, the people that's in my $30,000 offer right now, my mastermind, legacy mastermind, I would say nearly all of them was from that funnel. Where they came in from my world of speaking, and they were like, oh, I want to learn how to speak. And even speakers that has experience, nearly every single person that is in my $30,000 per year offer went through that funnel. And the reason for that is because of the quality of people that attracted. Okay, so know that just based on what you offer and your messaging behind that offer, it will determine who you attract. So ask yourself, am I attracting broke people? Okay, now guys, as you guys are doing this, request is, as always, I'm trying to do a few things differently. And I want to get to understand like where you guys are at a much deeper level. Can all of you open a new tab right now and go to our Facebook group? And in our Facebook group, you will see that I made a post in terms of what level you're at in Facebook. Because in our following coaching sessions, I'm going to be touching on Facebook, and I want to make sure that I am covering where most of you are at. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my screen real quick. Inside the Game Changers group, can you guys do me a favor and and answer this quick survey? Okay, like right now, I want to know where you're at in Facebook ads. Just type in the comments. Number 1, if you've never done an ad. Number 2, if you have pixels installed. Number 3, if you've ran an ad. And number 4, if you've done retargeting. And number 5 is if you're seeing profit and you've done all of the above and you're looking to scale. I want to be able to see where most people are at. Okay. Because in the following sessions, I'm going to be talking about Facebook and retargeting, and I want to make sure I understand where most people are at. Okay, so while you guys are doing that, also, by the way, guys, if you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer, but you didn't submit your question in time, go ahead and post it in the Facebook group right now. I will go ahead and answer some questions in there. Before we move on to, I want to make sure that we cover all these different things before we move on to Facebook, okay? So I'm now going to move on. So while you guys are thinking of a question, post them on Facebook. I am now going to answer the next question, which is from Harm. Okay, Harm, I see that you are crushing it. I can see that you have... Okay, Harm, so I was taking a look at your email, and your email was like, it had like 20 questions in there. Okay, Harm. So think of it as like, again, 6-inch putt. What specifically, what do you feel you need help with?
Hi, Peng Joon. I think the most important question is whether to focus on the people who I like to serve in my high end, and build a funnel around that, or focus on the core product, the people to get into the core product. But I realized that the people for the high end not necessarily do fit in the core product. Give you an example: a high-end product is only for people who have 100,000 euro plus, and the people for the core product, they don't have to have that amount of money. Problem is, I try to copy the model you use. But the thing is, I think with internet marketing is that you can ascend the people from a little revenue to a large revenue, and then ascend them to in your value ladder to your high-end coaching program.
Okay, so 1 second, Harm, let me just pause you 1 second. 1 second.
Yeah.
So guys, as you guys are listening, Harm, one thing that I'm going to ask you, Harm, next is, Cornelius, just to answer your question real quick, because I'm seeing, just post a question in the Facebook group right now if you have that, if you have a question. Okay, cool. Harm, it would be, how is your core offer doing right now?
It's doing fine. It's doing about, I think I did about 30K in the previous month.
Okay, so guys, I want you to listen to this, okay? 30K in a month for your core offer, that's a very, very good indication that this funnel alone will be $1 million funnel, okay? Now it is all about working with what we currently have that's working and making the tweaks so that we can blow it up even further. Now, this is where I would want to look at your funnel and do a funnel tweak with you to see and understand which parts are the weakest link. Okay, now walk me through the price point of your funnel so that all of us can understand that, and then I'll be able to give you direction and clarity.
Okay. Well, the point is I made 8 funnels, but I will stick to the most the most important funnels. The first is my free plus shipment offer. It's a free book. The next funnel is the core funnel. It's the webinar funnel where I send people to the 3-day event.
Oh, wait, Harm, let me just pause 1 second. So that amount, is that from all of your funnels combined, or is it one main thing?
It's only one main funnel. The rest of the funnels I made are all the front end funnels to get more leads into the core funnel.
Okay, so walk me through how your core funnel looks like.
Okay, the core funnel is my webinar funnel where I offer the 3-day event, and
okay.
And I started with a price point of 497, and I ascended now to 697.
So 497 includes a free event, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Have you done this event yet or not yet?
Yeah, I did in January. I did the first one with around 40 people, and I now have around 65 people, and I hope to get 100 people in the room.
And at the end of that event, how many days was the event? Is it 1 day or
3-day event?
3 days. Did you sell anything at the end of the 3 days?
Yeah, it's the high end product.
And did that sell well?
Not too well, because I realized there that people have to have 100K to get into the high end product. So there could be a mismatch.
Okay, how much do you charge for that thing?
It's depending on how many people invest, but it's around 2% assets and management. So if they do 100, then I make around 2K.
I see. Okay. Okay. So here's what I'm listening here, guys, and this is for all of you. I want all of you to know that the journey to scaling is not about necessarily doing more offers and more products and more funnels. Okay. And if you don't believe me, here's the example. Okay. The example is the person to be used as a benchmark in this industry that's crushing it, and that person is Tony Robbins. Okay, Tony Robbins' net worth today is approximately $800 million. And if you take a look at his entire online offer that is infused with offline, it still comes back down to front-end offers, which is his free book, free plus shipping, the latest one being Money Master the Game. That leads people into his entry-level event seminar, which is Unleash the Power Within. That ascends people into his main upsell, which is Mastery University, that comprises of 3 different things. And for the people that have money, it's Platinum Partnership, which is now 90K a year. Okay? And that's it, right? Tony Robbins has been in business for 30 plus years, and this is it. He's not looking to launch a new thing every year. Okay? How did I grow and scale my business? Initially, my mindset was like some of you, because I need to launch new things every other month. It's not. How I scaled the business from 7 to 8 figures was just making a few things and doing the few things really well. For those of you that's trying to go from 5 to 6 figures or 6 to 7, it's the same thing. It's about taking what you already have working and pouring gasoline into that fire. Okay? So Harm, you have already figured out something that a lot of people haven't, right? Which is making an offer work. And you've done well. You've done 30K a month, okay? And now your next step is not necessarily about creating new stuff, but getting more people into your core offer and ascending people better into your upsell. That is all I would focus on, okay? So what does that mean? It means that if you had 40 people into your live event, the first thing I would do is I want to try and double that. This 40 people, was it per person or did they get to bring a +1?
That was in total, but I think I have around 70 people who joined, but a part of it come to the next event because they couldn't schedule it in.
Okay, so here's a couple of things that I would do to double the size of the room. Okay, Number 1 is I would try to increase, or rather I would put the tickets to live event included as part of your funnel. And I'm guessing, is that how you already do it right now?
I have the book funnel, and there at the end I offer the 3-year tickets, but I also have another funnel where I offer it including the software and including an extra ticket. So I try to experiment with what works.
Okay, so the thing to remember here for those of you who have intentions to do live events, okay, listen to this carefully because this is big money here. When you do live events and you include tickets to live events, a few things happen. You say your webinar funnel that sells for $497, the first thing I would do is I would include tickets to the live event, because just by doing that alone, it will increase the perceived value of your offer. And just having the 2 tickets in there makes 497 a no-brainer. Because 497 for 2 tickets to live event is a no-brainer. Okay? But at the same time, you do not want to create an objection just because you were nice to give 2 tickets away. Because here's what happens when you give 2 tickets for free. When you give 2 tickets for free, where you say that, okay, our next event is happening in November the 7th, it's 3 days, and it's going to be in Amsterdam. What actually happens now is when a person was about to give you 497, they're thinking, oh, wait a second, I gotta go to Amsterdam. Oh, wait a second, it's in November. I don't know what's happening in November. Oh, wait a second, I don't know if my friend is getting married in November. Okay, so straight away, there's an additional objection on, I don't know if I can make it to the dates, just because you gave it away for free. They now include it as part of their purchasing decision. You do not want that. So what you will do, this is how important languaging is. You will say, for those of you that make the investment today, I am going to waive the $2,000 tuition fee for my live event for 2 tickets. So that's worth $4,000, where all you need to do is to cover the materials fee of only $97. Okay, so what that means is if you can't make it, you don't have to pay the $97. And if you can, we're waiving off the $4,000 in tuition fees. Now, because the perceived value is now $2,000 per ticket, which is $4,000 for 2 tickets, number one, they will want to show up. Number two, they'll want to bring a friend as well to fully utilize what they paid for. At the same time, people who can't make it to the live event will feel like, oh, that's okay because I'm still getting the software and the online course first. And when it's convenient for me to actually make it for the dates, I will pay the $97. Okay? There's a very, very big differentiator when you don't ask for people to cover their cost. When you don't ask them to pay for it, then they will factor in the entire consideration of, can I make it? Does the date work? Can I fly to that location? And all these different considerations that will actually backfire. Okay, so Harm, what I want you to do is, you already have something that works. Okay, 30K a month is something a lot of people dream of. For me to get you from 30 to 300K a month, it is all about, well, at least $1 million funnel. It is all in about just bringing more people and fueling that thing, but at the same time, ascending them to the next thing a whole lot better, so that because they're worth more now, you can become a lot more aggressive with your ads in acquiring customers, so that in your free plus shipping book, you can even afford to make a loss at the front to get more people into your funnel, or at least break even. Okay, I don't like making losses at the front, but at least break even. You know, so it's all about. And then when they come to the event, don't forget, when they come to the event, that's a different ball game there. That is when you'll deliver and you will have another upsell for the people that's actually serious in embracing what it is that you have. And that's when you can have your high ticket, the $5,000, $10,000 ticket. And it becomes a whole, and understand that at the same time, that is actually how you can help your audience at a much higher level. Okay, Harmis, do you have any questions based on what I've said or anything you want to clarify?
I think it's very clear, but for me it was very important to realize that my target audience for the core funnel and the high-end product were not aligned. They were not the same people.
Right.
So that's one insight I got.
Okay.
Only after finished.
Okay. So you got to remember that whatever it is that we are doing, for all of you right now, okay, you got to think about what is that path for your target audience. And it must be an alignment of audience. If not, it won't work. Now, if you take a look at what I do, I might have a few things for different people, right? I target people who want to speak and do live events. How do I do that? My ascension model is platform closing, proven presentations, event codex, legacy mastermind, okay? Which is basically $795, $997, $2,000, $30,000 a year, okay? That's my ascension model for people who want to speak. Now, people who want to speak are very different from like you guys. You guys are online marketing. So my marketing audience is a different ascension model, right? Now, I can't take my speaker training stuff and offer it to an audience like you. It won't work. Why? Because the intention and the objective isn't even there to begin with, right? So the path for your target audience needs to be aligned. So whoever that comes to your webinar needs to know that the next thing they need is the live event. And when they come to the live event, you must think about what is the next thing they actually, like now that you have solved this problem for them, what is the next problem that arises as a result of what you help them, right? So like a 7-figure business owner would have a different set of problems with an 8-figure business owner, right? I want to be able to learn from 9-figure business owners because they have been through the struggles I've had as an 8-figure business owner. So I want to learn more about people. Like for me right now, I don't want to attend another speaker training seminar. For me, my issues and my bottleneck is people, processes. These are the two things that I know will help me get to the next level, right? So the people that I will pay right now are for the people who can solve these problems for me. People, which is teams, motivation, pay, bonuses, all that kind of thing, which is, you know, not my strength, and processes, right? So for you, you need to think about, now that you've helped them with this thing, what is the next thing they need? Because this is the problem, the next problem they will face next. Do you have any idea what that would be?
I think the high-end product is the next thing, because a lot of people realize that when they have the software and the training, it all comes down to the mindset to really do what is necessary to be successful with investing. And a lot of people, they realize that it is much harder to do than they realize. So that's when I can take my training software and let it run for them. But it only works for people who have a minimum amount of 100,000. So I can make a diversification in their portfolio. So with less, with a lesser amount, I cannot do the diversification. But I think it's the right step to first tell them.
Harm, let me just clarify one thing. Did you say that if they are earning 100,000 a year, it will cost them about 2,000 to do that thing with you? Is that what you said?
Yeah, if they want to invest 100,000, it will cost around 2% to run the program for them. So they make around 16% a year after cost. So they make gross around 18% minus 2% cost. So they leave with 16% revenue.
Wow. That is an amazing offer, okay? So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that your margins are actually too little, because if a person earns and invest $200,000 with you, you only make 4,000. Is that accurate?
If he invests 100,000, he makes around 18,000 a year.
Right.
Minus cost, 2,000 is around 16K net.
Yes, and the 2,000 goes to you. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm thinking is, if you have a person that is willing to invest 100 grand, and for every 100 grand you get in, you get 2,000, I feel that that offer needs to be tweaked, because when you have these type of people coming into your events, those margins could be a whole lot better. Here's why I say this, okay? Now, I started doing seminars at a time when I was sharing the stage with Robert Kiyosaki, when Robert Kiyosaki was still selling seminars. Robert Kiyosaki today still do seminars, but more of a keynote. He doesn't sell seminars anymore. And when Robert Kiyosaki was selling seminars, the back end of his events was $50,000. Okay, $50,000 if you wanted to invest in property with him, where they would go into like this thing and buy like blocks of properties together to be part of his buyers club. Okay, now why am I using that as an example? I'm using that as an example because I know the investment market, and this is something that I mentioned to Jim earlier, right? Who you target will drastically shift how much you make. So because Robert Kiyosaki was targeting investors, property investors, naturally property investors have money, and they know that chances are if they made one right move in property, $50,000 is where they make all their money back. One deal. So for you, I would think about restructuring the offer so that it is for people that have money. It is a shame where if a person puts down 100 grand, you make 2. That to me is a shame, because here is somebody that's putting 100 grand down, and your take is 2%. That is kind of like, to me, a property agent. That's how much a property agent makes, right? They make 2% of the property finder's fee or seller's fee. I would, and I truly believe this is true, okay? I believe that your margins would be a whole lot better if you push that into one of the services you mentioned in passing, but wasn't your main thing that you sent them to. I know without a doubt that if they came to your event and you offered whatever, the coaching or the mastermind or this service at $10,000, $20,000, that would convert and make you a lot more than trying to get somebody to invest 100,000 with you while you make $2,000. Hands down, I'm not asking you to stop that thing. I think that is great because that's part of the ecosystem. That's kind of like if you follow Grant Cardone doing his Cardone Capital, right? Where he gets investors to pump in money and they find deals and he makes a small percentage. Sure. But you will be a lot better off by taking that into the back and making your core offer in your live event as a $10,000, $20,000 thing, because you gotta remember this thing, Kehar. When a person comes to an event, when a person has 100,000, they have $100,000. Their option is either to take this $100,000 and invest it in you, where you make 2,000, or they still have $100,000, invest $20,000, $15,000 in whatever it is in your coaching or program or whatever it is that you have to offer that helps them get to the next level, and they still have 85K to invest that thing. So I would not make them invest that 100 grand when you get that 2 grand. Make that 15, 20K offer, $10,000, $20,000 offer, where they still have the option and the flexibility to invest the rest of you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to work on that and report to us when you have that implemented. Is that cool?
Okay, it's cool. Yeah.
Okay, Harm. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I am going to just check into the Facebook group. I want to answer some questions that I see posted over here. Okay, so first question is, guys, as I'm looking at this thing right now, if you guys have any questions, feel free to post in the group right now and I will answer them so that I can help you guys move forward with whatever you're stuck with, okay? Looking for feedback on Squeeze page in terms of message and design, okay? Alan, okay? Alan, first of all, there isn't much design here. It's really just a stock image and the default setting from Aweber. So yeah, I would say design wise, there is a lot of room for improvements. Let's talk about the messaging, okay? Free download, the online teaching survival guide, simple, practical, and proven tips. Every online educator needs this, okay? Okay, this is something for all of you to understand, okay? Tips is a bad word. Tips has got a very low perceived value. Tips sounds like it's nothing. Tips sounds like something you'll get from when a person, like your barber will give you a tip for something, right? A tip is not in depth, okay? So little words like that, I want to start getting you guys to be aware of the words you put out there because these things make a big difference. Okay, next one, Alan. Hey, Alan, I'm going to unmute you right now so you can ask any questions you have. But is there something specific that you're looking for?
I'm looking for, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking for especially the message of how I'm going to start to have my, to drive traffic into my, into my account. So what are the message will be more appropriate and
Great.
more effective? I'm looking for that message.
Okay, great question. Okay, so the first thing when I'm looking at this that I am not clear on is the outcome. Okay, so if I am an online educator, which I believe I am, I will consider myself as one, I cannot see why I need this. And the reason why I said I don't know why I need it is because it says the survival guide, simple, practical, and proven tips to do what? I want to know, what does it do for me? What does it do for me so that I will give you my name and email? Alan, explain to me, what do you think it does so that I can help you get clarity on the message?
Okay, basically inside the content is some kind of blended learning, which is not, because all I believe that it is it's not going to be 100% online learning. So it's going to be blended in terms of traditional, like now it is face-to-face or together with the online learning blended together. So how many percent they are going to have online, and then how many percent they are going to have this offline learnings. So this guide will be all about that. It's a best practice of doing that.
Best practice. What does understanding best practice help me in becoming a better educator online? So what if I knew this best practice? What would it do for me?
Again, pardon?
So you said it reveals, okay, so guys, I want you to listen to this and how I'm working, Alan, okay? Because this applies to you directly. Notice what Alan is telling me right now is Alan is telling me the features of what is included in this cheat sheet. And the feature is the best practice. But a best practice is not a benefit. I need to know, and the best words to connect a feature with the benefit is the words so that you can. You will discover what is the best practice when it comes to online teaching so that you can what? Right? Okay, so think of it as this, okay? All of you guys want to offer something, and sometimes your emphasis is on the feature. I am going to be giving you the Facebook ad template. That's a feature, right? An ad template does not have any benefit or tangible benefit just yet, unless I say you're going to be getting a Facebook ad template so that you can copy and paste ads that's proven to convert, where all you need to do is fill in the blank, right? Feature so that you can benefit. Alan, I want you to think about, you told me, you will understand what is the best practice. The best practice is the feature. What is the benefit of me understanding what is the best practices?
Okay, the benefit would be, I see nowadays a lot of trainers out there, they have these workshops or training, face-to-face training, quite a lot of them. And they don't really use this learning management system, because actually how to do it, it actually can be, this system, how to do it, it can be worked by, I think system will work better than the people. And the time when they go for training, it is more to motivate them and to get them awareness and let them know why they want to learn this kind of, and a high level kind of coaching and training. So eventually they need to take this system and as well as retain all their participants after the workshop, after the trainings. So they're going to take this kind of blended learnings kind of concept.
Okay. So now, Alan, what I hear a lot of nuggets in there, but it's being fluffed up. Okay. And the two words that's very powerful that you said is number one, engage. I'm going to be showing you how you engage the people so that you have their attention, so that they will be hanging on your every word. Another word that I like that you said is retain. How do you retain them? Okay, now all these words are different good keywords to be used in your messaging. Okay, but what I need you to work on is to compact that messaging so that when they come to your page, they will have a very compelling reason to give you their name and email. Okay, so what I would like you to work on next thing is this. Now, the teaching survival guide, I don't actually like the word survival because survival sounds like getting enough to get by. That's surviving, right? I want to thrive, not survival, not survive. Okay, so one of the things I want to change is the word survival because survival means barely getting.
Okay.
So your online whatever guide, simple, practical, and proven strategies, not tips, so that you can, 1, 2, 3. Number one, engage your participants better so that they're hanging on your every word. Number two, retain them in a way so that they will be constantly coming back for more. And number three, I need to know what are the benefits of this cheat sheet. From this thing, I do not have any type of clarity on what to expect if I were to put my name and email. Does that make sense, Alan?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Give me one more thing so that I always like 3 things. Tell me one more thing that you do.
You mean what I do? Actually, for me, I'm supplying this learning management system for university. Okay, so we use an open source system. So we have only done for you kind of
Wait,
service.
one second, Alan. Before you go
Okay.
to that for you, I want to focus on this cheat sheet. What is this
Okay.
cheat sheet? Is it already done? Or it's still
Yes, already done. Yep.
Give me one more benefit, or give me your thoughts so that I can create this benefit for you.
Another benefit would be they are going to have this by using the system, all their contents can be accumulated and inside one system, and then they will be easily, just like a membership site, they can easily get them to opt in, I mean registered, and then automated all the system. Yeah. So
Okay, so
yeah.
I can see why you put it under the best practice umbrella. Okay. What I would want to also use is words like what top educators online rely on when it comes to streamlining and automating processes in the delivery of their online content.
Okay.
So now you are using this is the power of languaging, okay?
Okay.
Now guys, do you notice the words that I use? Okay. For your market, it can be also very powerful if you use words like what top CEOs, athletes, and achievers utilize when it comes to then your thing, right? When it comes, then people think like, wow, this. So what does it imply? It implies that the top achievers and CEOs and entrepreneurs are using your thing to whatever plan their day. Okay, if let's say you have an ultimate ad template, okay, you need to be saying things like what the top 1% of marketers are doing that most are not when it comes to running Facebook ads. Okay, so that there's this feeling of exclusivity that your stuff is legit.
Okay.
So for you, Alan, it is more towards listening to the language I use, where I use the words, the punchlines, the buzzwords especially, engage, retain, right? Streamlining of stuff. What the top motivators or educators rely on when it comes to these practices so that they can benefit. Okay?
Okay.
Your thing is to create this thing based on what I said and show it to us for our next session. Is that cool?
Okay. Okay. Yep. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, Alan. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Any questions? Post them. I'm trying to really, iron out all the little things that you guys are doing. Let me just kind of refresh this thing. And by the way, guys, if you guys have, oops. Oh wait, did I just stop the share? Okay. Okay, so give me a sec. Okay, next question is from Jeremy. Okay, so just trying to zoom in a little bit over here, which I'm not able to. Okay, looking for feedback on the opt-in form. Let's take a look. Okay, Jeremy, I am going to. Hey, Jeremy, could you wave at me? Sometimes it's easier to see. Oh, here you are. Hey, Jeremy, walk me through what it is that you like me to do.
Yeah, so I'm trying to attract insurance agents, basically, to sell to. And so the main thing that the agents that I sell to will do is they'll buy leads or they'll generate their own leads online. And then they will book appointments with the client. And so I put a video together of me dialing the leads that I generate and sell, and I teach how to generate. And I'm giving away like my script and a video on how I do that.
Okay. Few things that will straight away change your numbers. Have you ran this?
I haven't ran traffic to this yet. No.
Okay, so I'm about to save you a lot of money right now, okay? Okay, number one, some of you might have heard me say this before, but you never want to use the word free video, okay? And the reason for that is because video is always seen as free anyway. Anybody could go to YouTube and get access to millions of videos, that's all free. So never use the word video, but rather free training, free strategy, free something, free, but not video, because video is seen as free. Free training would be the next best alternative.
Okay.
Okay, next one is you always want the opt-in form to be above the fold. Above the fold meaning before they scroll, it needs to be above that. So one of the things that I give, and my team knows this all the time, okay? And this is for you as well, for all of you, is you want to think about whether you are wasting prime real estate space with your logos, with your design, and with your headers. So for me over here, this prime red color space here is actually wasted on the word free video. I would rather have this complete entire section moved up. What it actually says free training, discover how to book appointments with ease using social media leads, even if you're brand new, never done this before, or never done this before, okay? So then it would be enter your name and email. That would convert a lot better, okay? I would also think about tweaking this a little bit. Jeremy, do you mind walking me through what is the benefit of this training?
So the benefit is, I think a lot of agents, when they come into this, they're scared to get on the phone. They don't know what scripts to use to book appointments, to make sales. And so this, it's literally like a 5-sentence script where I call, and I call, I think I call 6 different leads. I get a hold of 4, and I book 3 appointments on this.
Okay. I love this, okay? So is it true that you mainly, who is your target audience again?
So the main people that will buy leads from us are new agents.
Real estate agents?
Insurance agents.
Insurance agents, okay? Now this is where I will do a call out, okay? I would definitely have attention. Insurance agent, free training, discover how I book appointments with ease using social media leads, and how you can too, even if you're brand new or hate talking on the phone.
Okay.
Okay. What's that?
I love that. No, that sounds really good.
Yeah. Okay. So now, when a person comes in, what's going to naturally happen is they will self-qualify themselves. Like, oh, insurance agents, that's me. If you're not an insurance agent, you can leave straight away, and you know they're not targeted anyway. Okay.
Right.
So straight out, shout out, attention, who it is you serve, free training, right? And one of the things that I would do is, Jeremy, you have a very powerful thing here that can be repurposed easily with a much higher perceived value, which is right now it's free video. And even free training, there are a lot of free trainings out there. But I would rather you straight up take that training, and you say it's like 1 or 3 pages, give them the 3 pages, which is basically free script or free, or it can be free training, right? Get the 3-step closed script on how I book appointments with ease using social media leads, even if you're brand new or hate talking on the phone, okay? So one of the things I would definitely do is I wouldn't just give them the free training via video. I would repurpose that thing so that they can actually download that 1 to 3 page script, because getting people to download a script is way easier than trying to sell somebody to go watch a video. And the reason why I say that, and this is for all of you again that's thinking about your lead magnet, is that remember, learning, watching a video, going for a training is a very painful process. Just like how, when I was talking to Jim earlier on the call, to save $3,000, going through a course for me to save $3,000 is a very painful process. However, you can always make it less painful by making it imply that you have done the work for them. So this is where Jeremy could say, get access to my personal script that I use to close leads on social media so that you can model and deploy and use it immediately. Okay, so if you think about like the movie Wolf of Wall Street, right? Jordan Belfort, after the movie, he started selling seminars and courses. But I can tell you, the main value add that people want, I don't know if he has it included, but I'm sure he probably has, is if he includes the phone sales script that he used in his, when he was at that company that he had. I can't remember the company name, right? But that is when it's powerful. When people feel that it's done for you rather than do it yourself. So remember, a training is do it yourself, but a script, even though it's the same thing, it's really the words in there has got a much higher perceived value, because they will feel that even if they don't do the work now, they would have a value just by giving you their name and email. Okay, Jeremy, is there anything you want to add to that?
So should I mention the video at all in there?
No, no. So the video is implied because video training implies video,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, so it would be either free training or free social media lead generating script.
Okay.
Social media lead generating script. I like that.
Okay.
You know,
Download here, and then do I show them the video at all, or just?
the video could be there. It could be still you teaching them how to use the thing, but free video does not convert because videos are free anyway.
Right. Okay.
So what I would definitely do is inside ClickFunnels, you can run a split test. 50% of traffic goes to the free script and 50% goes to free training. But you never really know until you test, but I got a strong feeling that free script would convert better because it implies that it's done for you.
Okay, that's fair. I'll try that.
Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure that there are no other. Okay, let's take on the next question. Cornelius says, working on headline and niche, is it eye-catching and does it spark curiosity? I help real estate agents build monthly income through selling single-family houses, then investing in apartments building without spending a lot of time, money with little risk. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, real estate agents. Okay, so this is a good call out, right? I would still add the word attention. Attention, real estate agents. Oh wait, before I answer, let me just. Hey Cornelius.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, am I saying your name right?
Yeah, it's correct.
Okay, cool. Walk me through what you would like to work on.
No, well, so my initial plan is because of I'm a real estate investor and also a real estate agent, and I think that that industry is kind of like a lot of red ocean people teaching real estate investing. So I kind of want to create a kind of teach real estate agents how to become investors. So that's kind of my niche between. I am a real estate agent, licensed real estate agent, and also teach with the state licensed real estate agents as well. So my niche is I'm trying to create a program called the Investing Agent. So from there, I start out because a lot of agents need leads and so forth. They all look for leads. So my first go with giving leads. Then I do maybe a challenge to kind of make a 30-day challenge, so forth, to try and get them to do investment strategies. Then from there, maybe on my hot ticket item, do something like a hedge fund where we kind of buy stuff together as everybody else is trying to do. So I'm trying to create a niche to kind of oppose to everybody else doing.
I actually feel this is a great market. When you say this, first of all, I have done events purely for real estate agents. Okay. And I know that real estate agents, first of all, they have money, they are hungry, but also at the same time they're frustrated.
Correct.
I like that market because they're hungry, but they're frustrated at the same time. So this is actually a good blue ocean in the red ocean. And so if you're looking for feedback in terms of who it is you serve, I think that is a great angle.
Okay.
Is there a specific question you wanted me to look at when it comes to your landing page?
Yes, my headline, because I'm going through the training now, and I'm creating my free so I have the free offer, but the landing page, you know how I say because I changed it to blueprint. You said instead of saying ebook, I changed that. Try to get some little curiosity there. So I designed as a question as opposed to discover, trying to figure out like what's your thoughts about in your just trying to see like saying like does it cause curiosity, or is it telling too much, or
Okay, so if you know that your role is to get real estate agents on the path to being an investor,
yes,
I would want to start out their journey with you on that path immediately, so that they know why you're different. Okay, let's face it, a blueprint to get more real estate leads, there's a lot of them out there.
okay.
However, what I see that would be proprietary for you when you bring this up is if you can straight cast that vision for real estate agents on that journey to being an investor and being free from what they're doing. Okay, so my angle, if I were to serve this crowd, would be painting that path, which would be right now you're a real estate agent. You kind of feel like you might be your own boss, but you're really not. You're still kind of tied down to how many deals you close every single month. And what is that journey to financial freedom where your passive income from your rental income is more than your active lifestyle expenses, right?
Okay.
Now, what I would do is I would prefer to make things different, that begins right from the opt-in to cater to that crowd, would be when I'm speaking to them, I don't want to give them a blueprint that gives them more leads, because that's what everybody else is doing.
Okay.
I would rather to give them the roadmap from being a real estate agent to real estate investor, to being financially free, and showing them maybe like, I don't know, the 17 moves or the 5 things in order to transition from estate agent to financially free investor. And what are the 17 things, the 5 things, the 3 mistakes that a person might go through when it comes to that journey? I feel that just that alone will separate and differentiate you from everybody else. Because right now, what everybody else is trying to do is trying to teach agents to get more leads. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But if you know that that is your blue ocean, I would definitely double down on that, because I think that is a great market.
Okay.
There's far too many agents out there who really don't know how to invest.
Correct.
And I know this market very well because I'm an investor. When I speak to agents, they're not talking to me like investors. So if you can help them to move from being an agent to an investor, that will cause significant change, and that is a huge market. The amount of real estate agents out there, you'll be able to help a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Does that answer your question? Does that give you enough clarity to move forward?
It does.
Okay, very nice. All right, so let me see if there are questions. Jason, I don't think, I know you posted it, but I'm not sure if that was a question. Jason, is that a question or is it just repeating what I said? Hey, Jason, I'm not able to hear you because I think your mic is muted. Yeah,
Hello, can you hear me?
yeah. No, not able to hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can Okay. So my question will be, now I run the live webinar, a 5-figure per month. What is the next thing to focus on? So number 1 will be automate the webinar. Number 2 will be work on the upsell. Number 3 will be change the selling environment to live event.
Okay, so first of all, congrats on getting your webinar to 5 figures. Okay, that's a huge feat. What you need to focus on, okay, number 1, I do not want you to automate the webinar, okay? Why do I not want you to do this? It is because for most of you, I know that the dream sounds like get an automated webinar up and have it make money for you every hour. And the reason why I do not want you to work on this first thing is because I want you to get more practice, okay? I can tell, first of all, and I say this with all sincerity, I have gotten a lot of practice, okay? And I have gotten to where I'm at today because I have personally taken on so many speaking gigs where many times they were not the best use of my time in terms of ROI, but I did it anyway, just so that I could get more stage time, okay? And I can tell you today, I still speak in events that is not the best use of my time, okay? Next week, I'm going to Vietnam. And I can tell you, Vietnam is a country, is really not, in terms of ROI, okay, it's not the best use of my time at all. Why do I do it? I am doing it because I am obsessed with getting better, okay? And I know that there's no better way to get practice when I'm speaking in front of groups of a few thousand people. So that's why I still do it, even though it's not the best use of my time. For you guys, it's the same thing. The reason why I want you to do a webinar, and Jason, even though you're doing well, I do not want you to stop doing these live webinars. It is because I want you to get practice. And I promise you, sometimes you might feel like you plateau, but it's still part of the growth, okay? So first one is out. Do you automate it? No. I want you to do it until, like, to me, the bare minimum, like this is really the bare minimum, is for somebody to do a live webinar every single week for a year. To me, that's the bare minimum because that's how you actually get good. Okay. So Jason, what is your next thing? Your next thing is to improve your current numbers. What is your current conversion close rate?
For the people stay all the way until the end will be 20 to 30%.
What about from registered?
Sorry?
From the amount of people that registered?
Register will be about 30 people, about 20 to 30 people register, 2 to 4 sales.
How many people will show up from the registered?
40%, 30 to 40%.
Okay. Okay. So, in other words, what your focus would be is just to get more people now into your live webinars every single week and see if you can maintain that conversion. Okay. So now you have a good small crowd. Your next thing is to start spending more money on Facebook with more creatives, more different hook story offers to get people to come and register for your webinar and see if you can sustain, like your close rates, those are amazing. The next question now is, can we maintain those close rates when you have a bigger room? Okay, so that is the next thing you're going to be working on. Work on scaling the ads, targeting more people, bigger crowds, so that with the bigger crowds, try to sustain the close rate. That is the next thing you work on. Okay?
Okay, got it.
All right. So Okay, guys, next, let me see if I just answered everything. I believe I did. There's nothing left over here. Okay, so guys, to conclude, few things. Number one, Internet Mastery Retreat is happening in slightly under 2 months. This is hands down. I know like most of you have registered for it, but I noticed some of you might not have registered for your accommodation left, okay? This week, I think it's like 5 days time, is literally the last week to secure the price, the hotel price at the room block rate that my team has negotiated for. So if you want to come for Internet Mastery Retreat, you need to do it like right now after this call. Look for the post that Ellie did on the room rate block in Bali. And you have to do it like within 5, I would say do it right after this call, secure rooms, because the price is going to go up on the rooms. That's not in our control. That is based on what the hotel requirements are, okay? So if you want to lock in and stay in the venue at the lowest rate possible, go and get that thing sorted, okay? At the same time, if you know you're coming, just please let my team know, because I know that they're planning for a lot of different things and they need to have an estimate to whether certain things are already full or not, okay? So for those of you that's interested in coming for our 5-day, which is the Internet Mastery Retreat, I know this thing could be new to you, but full details are at internetmasteryretreat.com. This is basically my favorite event that I do once a year. It's a high-level 5-day event where we are expecting about participants from 15 different countries are flying in. And this is happening from 22nd to 26th of May in Bali. So yes, some of you from the US, from Australia will need to fly out over, fly to a totally different part of the world, but I promise you it will be amazing. There's a reason why we do it there. Because it's magic. You'll be able to bring your family, they'll be able to go on a nice holiday. And even though they will not be allowed in the training, they'll have an amazing holiday while you get to work. Okay, so internetmasteryretreat.com is the place to go. Guys, I want to thank all of you for being here. As always, please post your questions in the group whenever possible. I'll always try to answer your questions in the group. And if I don't, I will address those questions here when we do on a call. Okay, I would love to hear your progress. Please constantly keep us updated. I am fueled by your success, and I'm only fueled if you actually implement. Okay, thank you. I want to thank you all for a great session. 2 weeks from now, we'll probably talk about Facebook, and I look forward to seeing all of you soon. Okay, guys, thank you, and I appreciate you all. Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye. Take care.